The question of whether or not Jesus believed in reincarnation has been a topic of debate for centuries. While some argue that there is evidence to support the idea that Jesus did believe in reincarnation, others assert that this is simply not the case. One of the most commonly cited arguments in support of the idea that Jesus believed in reincarnation is the fact that he refers to John the Baptist as the reincarnation of Elijah in the Gospel of Matthew. This passage, found in Matthew 11 verse 14, reads, "And if you are willing to accept it, he is Elijah who is to come." However, some scholars have pointed out that this passage may not necessarily be evidence of Jesus' belief in reincarnation. Rather, it could simply be a reference to the Jewish belief that Elijah would return before the coming of the Messiah. In this interpretation, Jesus is simply acknowledging that John the Baptist is fulfilling this prophecy. Another piece of evidence that some have used to argue that Jesus believed in reincarnation is his statement in John 9 verse 2, where he asks his disciples, "Who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" This statement has been interpreted by some to imply that Jesus believed in the idea of karma, or the idea that one's actions in a past life can have an effect on one's current life. However, this interpretation has also been challenged. Some argue that Jesus was simply using a common belief of the time to make a rhetorical point about the nature of sin and suffering. Ultimately, the question of whether or not Jesus believed in reincarnation may never be fully answered. While there are certainly passages in the Bible that could be interpreted as evidence of this belief, there are also alternative explanations for these passages. As with many religious questions, the answer may depend largely on one's interpretation of the available evidence. Regardless of where one falls on this issue, however, it is clear that the question of Jesus' beliefs continues to be a fascinating and thought-provoking topic for scholars and laypeople alike. As we continue to explore this question, we may gain new insights into the life and teachings of one of history's most influential figures.